Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is going to be between Swaghar and SeñorGuerra on Ruins of Endion. In the bottom left side of the map we have the red Terran player, it is SeñorGuerra. And in the bottom right side of the map we have the blue Protoss player, it is Swaghar. Alright, so a PvT for you guys here on Ruins of Endion, and this is a high Masters level game sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. You too can send me your high Masters and GM level stuff and I'll probably cast it on the channel, which will make you famous among your friends and family, and they will think better of you. Alright, so I spent about 5 minutes trying to figure out how to pronounce SeñorGuerra, and I think I get it right, but it sounds bad. I do not speak Spanish, I don't speak Portuguese. Apparently that's a name in Italian as well, but the Señor kind of gives it away that it's a Spanish version. Anyway, SeñorGuerra is, I'm going to have to roll my R's so much in this cast. I might just call him Señor, which is easier for me to do. Anyway, a PvT here on the map Ruins of Endion. 2-player map, not a 4-player map. These are not places you can spawn, but you probably know that by now. There are Xel'Naga watchtowers here and here, keeping watch over this little bulby crystal thing that has no bearing in the game other than decoration. But there are some nice lily pads there in the water, and I guess maybe some dead Protoss down there, because it seems like a dead Protoss homeworld based on the architecture, like the crashed ships and things. Anyway, not going to read too much into this. It does look like a double barracks expand here. So one rack expand into another barracks out of a Señor. And we'll have to see what happens here. If it's going to be a Reaper, I do have some Reaper names ready for you. Ready and rocking to go. So those of you who keep submitting Reaper names, I appreciate it. It does make the early games a little bit more entertaining. By early games, I mean early part of the games. A little more entertaining, and everybody can hopefully develop a little bit of empathy for these Reapers that come out and die after accomplishing usually little to no work for the Terran army. Okay, often they get a good scout off, which is important, but man, Reapers, it seems like they no longer ever get 5-10 kills anymore. Zerg players know how to handle this. Protoss players know how to handle this. This is a 3 racks opening. Is this? Oh, it's Marines. It's Marines! I never thought I'd be disappointed seeing a 3 racks opener with Marines, but apparently that's the case. So Señor is doing a build I don't think I've seen before in a PvT. Anyway, this is just straight 3 racks Reen off of 2 bases, because this is Legacy of the Void. You can't really 1 base this. You get too many workers at the beginning to spend all of your money just on. Well, actually, you know what? This is on the Terran side of things. That's a little bit different, isn't it? Anyway, going 2 base anyway, not a 1 base for reasons that Señor knows and I do not. Throws up a bunker too. It's like, so you're going to be super aggressive, obviously, with the 3 racks opening, but why would you throw down a bunker as well? Yeah, congratulations, you have a bunker. I mean, at this point with the standard opening, the Stalker will get there in another minute and a half, so... And actually, this is not standard. This is Reaper, Cybernetics Core, Double Gas, Stargate into Nexus. So that's a fairly delayed Nexus. Maybe these players have played each other. Adept does come in, tries to get through anyway. Mothership Core and Adept here. Perhaps these players have played each other, because it sure seems like they know. SCV does die to the Adept, but pinned up against the wall here. Can it get another Marine kill? One more. Good micro. Keeping that Marine alive with 1 total hit point. That was one of the changes to Adepts. They no longer 2-shot Marines, they 3-shot them, which means after the second shot they have 1 hit point remaining, but it's still technically a 3-shot. So Terran fans can thank David Kim for that one. The 2 shots were just too strong. Stalker does back on out. So, I mean, I don't know. Señor, for how much I made fun of this particular strategy, it totally worked out. He had the bunker to chase away the Mothership Core. The Adept did get through, but the wall-off stopped her, and the Stalker couldn't get through either because, again, of this bunker. The number of Marines he had seemed to make a lot of sense. Oracle flying in with the follow-up. He has a missile turret. It's like he knows what's happening. It's like he knows exactly what is going on here. Oracle does find a fairly sweet spot. So careful, Oracle. So careful. Only 2 kills. You really got to get more than that. The Marines getting some shots. Nope. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. This Oracle does manage to escape with its life and 2 SCV kills, which you really want 5 or 6 to make it worth it. The investment into this Oracle, the time to make the Stargate. But as it stands, I mean, pretty good scout did end up seeing all of these barracks. And finally, a factory coming up. Did you see that factory? You saw the factory. You saw the factory, Swaghar. Oracle flying in again, just poking in, trying to see what's going on. No big deal. No big deal. Just scouting, maybe throw down some Revelation later on. That's where Oracles are good for throughout the entire game. Stim on the way, more Marines coming out. That factory just about complete. And Stalkers and a Mothership Core are going to knock down these rocks for a third base, or possibly a fourth base. This looks like the third is going to be on up here. Oracle, more kills? No. No kills at all. Just the two. Just the two, which I will not shame the Oracle too much about. I like the missile turret placement here. Señor has not lost very much for how aggressive Swaghar has been in the early game. Income tab is 41 to 34, so Swaghar definitely has the income advantage to this point. But again, we've seen TVPs where the Terran has a real nice income advantage, or the Protoss, sorry, has a real nice income advantage, and then kind of just loses it to drops and Liberators and Widowmines and things that are bad. One more shot! Ah, the Oracle explodes into green fireworks and falls to the earth below. Falls on those trees. I wonder if you can catch them on fire. There are certain maps where you can catch like brushes and foliage on fire with things like Hellions that do splash damage. This, I don't know. Maybe these trees could. Maybe these trees are flammable. I don't know. It's one of the funner things I like to watch in StarCraft 2. Stalkers, Sentries, Adepts being used to knock down these rocks. For some reason, killing one half of these rocks knocks down the one on the other side. It's like they're connected somehow through magic or through psionic power, perhaps, which is what Protoss are more known for. Scanning the third base, there is SeñorGuerra, and feeling pretty darn worried about that. Have to imagine. Double pumping what out of the starport, Señor? What do you have for me? Double pumping medevacs. Well, kind of double pumping medevacs. Kind of gas-starved right now. Hard to do that with only 3 refineries. You don't have the 4th up yet? No, it does not have the 4th up yet. Scouting with the factory has no intention of using the factory ever again. Do you have 2? Yes, 2 medevacs now. Excellent. Excellent job here. Hallucinate Phoenix sees exactly what is coming here from these Marines. Any upgrades on them quite yet? No. Nope, they do have stim, which is fine. They don't have combat shield, which is not as fine. They're going to try to knock down these rocks by themselves with no attack upgrades. I mean, they'll get there, right? Because they're Marines, their DPS is not bad. Their attack speed is 0.61. They hit fast, and they hit kind of hard with 6 damage per shot. But single Marauder, that's more useful, knocking down these rocks, doing extra damage versus armored targets. But still, eventually we'll get there, is what I'm saying. Swaghar has no idea this is coming, is the problem. Can see it? Like, if you're looking over there, you can see the little bullet ricochets off the rocks, but otherwise, surprise! The rocks are down. I don't see, there it is. Now Swaghar figures it out. Coming right on through. Photon overcharge popping up. Pretty good force fields, catching a couple units there. Good dodge back, though, by Señor. The factory providing high ground vision. Oh, to Señor, this timing might actually work out here. Guardian Shield being used. Excellent job, Swaghar. Nice work indeed. Adepts and Stalkers stutter stepping forward. 1 medevac is killed by the Stalkers. Good target firing there by our Protoss hero. And our Terran hero does back up just a little bit here, getting healed by the medevacs. Any upgrades quite yet? No, no upgrades at all. Just making Marines and Marauders not worrying about the +1 or the +1, which I don't know how I feel about. I don't think it's a great strategy. +1/+1 is about 50% complete from Swaghar. Again, just the stim alone is really good for Terran, though. Stim with medevac support. Combat shield, I would definitely recommend getting that, but I don't see any sign of that in the production tab either. Interesting choices from our Terran friend Señor. Command Center is upgrading itself to an orbital command, which makes a lot of sense. Factory here probably going to burn down unless Señor decides to repair it, and he does. Look, he brings an SCV and cigarette and all. Brings the SCV in to start repairing. What does that hat say? What does this hat say, you guys? I can't see it on my monitor. Rocks getting knocked down by Swaghar. Rocks getting knocked down by Señor. They share a common goal. Whoa! Careful moving through there. Moving through choke points is a very scary thing for a Terran army. Don't do that, because force fields will trap half your army. It's like going up a ramp, just like going up a ramp. Force fields will trap half your army. The Protoss will get rid of it. The rest of your guys will be sad, and then they'll get destroyed as well. So SCV continuing to work. Going to repair this factory even as it is in motion, which seems dangerous. See those flames coming out of the back and the bottom? Seems like a... No, SCV, why? SCV, nope. Explosions, fireworks. Factory going to get killed for a second time. Will Señor let this stand? No! He does not let it stand. He's going to push back here, force the Protoss army back, and save his factory, which is a giant flaming mess right now. Are there any SCVs coming? And there's an SCV. Get it. Get it. Save it. Oh, and does save it. 120 hit points remaining. Does save it. Starts repairing. The Terran army knocking down the rocks here for a potential 4th base, 3rd base up and running. Oh, Swaghar being aggressive, knocking down the rocks into the 3rd base. Might take it down. The army seems a little bit preoccupied right now with this bunch of rocks. Killing rocks is the cool thing to do on this map. On Saturday nights, oh, Colossus. They go out and kill rocks. Anyway, Colossus with Extended Thermal Lance on the way from Señor, so, or Swaghar rather. Woo! We'll start with an S, and it's late. Anyway, Adepts standing on in, taking a lot of hits. Sentries in the front, not where they want to be, and a recall. The recall gets him out of there after laying waste to this base. 6 workers killed. It is currently 47 to 70 Harvesters. Swaghar definitely up right now, feeling good, taking a 4th base of his own. That is such a good move, getting in here, killing a base, and just recalling home. No reason to stand still and allow this giant group of Marines and Marauders with +1 attack, mind you, and +1 armor on the way to just mess you up. Because that's what will happen. If all you have in your army are these units, specifically Adepts, Stalkers, Sentries, Zealots, Gateway units get destroyed by Marines and Marauders. Getting some Immortals is useful. Getting some Colossus, kind of useful. Getting Disruptors, very useful. Getting Templar for Psionic Storm, also super good. But just sticking with Gateway is a recipe for death. Marines and Marauders coming up here. Once again, Swaghar can see this, can see the HP going down on these rocks, can see the explosions, which is kind of a good animation, actually. Kind of fun stuff. Anyway, pushing on through, picking up some of his units into the medevacs, boosting them on over into the main base. Oh, attacking here and attacking here simultaneously. I like it. I like it from Señor. Going to knock down that pylon, depower stuff. Colossus is here. One Colossus is here. High ground attack from Marauders. Don't expect to see that one. Mothership Core is spotting, though. That's okay. We're still alive. We are still alive. Depowering all this stuff. Wow, is Señor. What an amazing pylon snipe there. Single Colossus trying to deal with these units getting chased away. Can Swaghar hold on here? I don't know. The Adepts doing pretty well for themselves. They do have +2/+2, which is useful. Colossus with 5 kills. By golly, 2 Marauders and a Marine in here, like 2 men and a baby. Killing as many probes as they can, and then the warp-in, and then the attempted escape. Not going to happen. I am sorry, friends. Oh, will that Marine live? Whoa! Marine lives! Oh, is he going to make it home? Run, Marine. You have combat shield. You have +1/+1. You have so much to live for. You got giant lights on the front of your suit. Blah, blah. And he lives. He lives to rejoin his friends. Nobody told him he would do it. They all said, you're trapped behind enemy lines. We have no one to come save you. Say your goodbyes. And he said, I refuse. I refuse. I'm going to be back and see you guys in a couple of minutes. And he did. He walked right past the Protoss army. They had no interest at all in killing him. And as a result, he lives today. I wish I... Oh, wait. I do have him selected. Is he going to survive this battle? I don't know. Once this graphic disappears, we'll know he's dead. I can't tell which one I have selected. Oh, there he is with the circle. Right in the front. No! Oh, he does die. He does die. Colossus sweeping away here. Doing, what, 14 damage times 2. 28 damage per swing here. Pretty good against Marine heavy compositions. Blinking forward. And medevacs live. The boost. The boost on the medevac. The medevac survives. Survives the day. Resources lost. 10,700 by Señor. 8,500 by Swaghar. Looking good to this point. Army supply 89 to 55. Oh, big mistake by Señor. Oh, bad rally. Bad rally for those Liberators. And it's still there. It still wants to go over here to, like, the death place. Okay, Señor, you got this thing. You're High Masters, I believe it, but there are some things you can fix. All right, good. Good. Fix the rally point heading here instead. This is looking like the end of the rope for our Terran army. Not much is here. It feels very sparse. And just little ragtag groups trying to come through, trying to do this thing. The bunker taking huge shots coming from all sides here. Ah, Tempest mixed in as well, and the recall home. Swaghar did not like the terms of that engagement. Good surrounded by Señor coming from the top side down this ramp. Liberator mixed in too. Boosting back home, taking one of the Colossus with him is that Warp Prism. So nice job indeed, but it's 4 base to 3 base. That's usually a bad sign. 75 to 56 total workers. Gas income fairly even considering how many workers difference it is for the Protoss player, but still 26 to 1,600 mineral supply. Ah, Storm on the way. Psionic Storm and Colossus and Tempest for Swaghar. I like this composition. I really do. +3 armor has been completed. Upgrades fantastic for the Terran army. +3/+3. No, that Protoss army rather. Only +1/+1 here for Señor. That could make a difference. That could make a huge difference in the battles to come. Scan of the army. Oh, cancels. I'm not even sure. No, Swaghar didn't know about it. I mean, he would now, right? So it didn't really matter. But canceling it seemed a little bit premature. In the end, it worked out, and carriers on the way for Swaghar. Hey, I like that. I like carriers indeed. All right, here it is. A couple shots off there. More shots off there. Just stutter stepping back and forth, getting rid of that bunker. The remaining bio units are killed, forcing a liftoff on that orbital command, running for its life. A push down through here. Big time army from Señor. Nobody here to defend this. Run, probes, get out. They do start to run, but it's a little bit too late. I don't know if they're going to get out of there in time. Base racing it. Swaghar is base racing it. Tempest taking down SCVs. That's a pretty slow way to base race, but continuing to move through. Base racing a Terran is so dangerous, although you do have anti-air units, or air-to-air units, mind you. A Liberator tries to set up shop, but that's one Liberator versus that many Stalkers. And Tempest shooting it from distance, causing it to explode. SCVs in here trying to defend their homeland. A big storm on them. Viking here getting shots off, 2 kills, but continuing to push through. Any medevacs in here? That might be a problem for Señor. If he has no medevacs, he can't heal, he can't overstim. He must use the attacks that he is given, and no stim actually slows down Terran armies quite a bit. Quite a bit indeed. All right, so here we go. Stalkers on top of everything. +3/+3 on the Stalkers. Immortal up to 16 kills. It is a master. 17 kills on that Colossus, and 17 on that one as well. Do they both have the same? Trying to click the other one, and I think, yeah, they do. They both have 17 kills. How fun is that? Terran army continuing to march through this main base. There is a carrier, though. Carrier playing defense. Unfortunately, Vikings and Liberators are the worst enemy of carriers. This is even the nerfed Liberator. That doesn't do full damage, but those Vikings do extra damage all the live-long time. Orbital command explodes. Cannot be saved. And the carrier explodes, too, here. Turn into a huge base race, but Swaghar has bases running, still has workers. It's 23-1 total harvesters. Standing inside the main base again, Señor in a pretty good place here, lifting buildings. Actually, wait, did he lift any buildings at all? No, Señor has not rebuilt his base. Is being revealed. He doesn't have any buildings left that he can lift. Nope, armory, 2 engineering bays, 2 refineries, and 2 supply depots. That's it. I think that might be it for our Terran friend, trying to clear out the main base, doing a pretty good job of that one there. Does he know about the bases up along the side? He knows about that one, but not these 2, which is going to be his downfall. That's it. His army is stuck in a corner. Here comes the Protoss Reckoning. Again, every stim hurts because only one medevac to heal all of these dudes. Actually playing defense inside Swaghar's own natural base. The fleet beacon does get killed, which I think hurts Swaghar's feelings, but Señor, this is the last stand for our Terran friend. Going to march down that ramp, or possibly try to bait Swaghar to come up it. I don't know. Yes, he tries to bait it. Pretty good dodge of that storm. Oh, but the Tempest from range, killing the Vikings, killing Liberators, making them explode into the ground. And, yep, going for it here. Another storm, trying to micro his way through this, walking through a storm on accident. Marauders trying to push through, and that's it. The GG! GG from SeñorGuerra. Swaghar with the GG, and Señor has been defeated. Swaghar is victorious. Yeah, that was a good PvT. That was some solid back and forth times for everyone. I loved the Tempest. The Colossus were huge. 19 kills, 21 kills. That is the most kills I've seen on a Colossus in a long time on this channel. 21 kills. It is an Executor Colossus here, looking very fancy on that 3D model indeed. So, well played by Swaghar. Made it work in one of the first Protoss victories in a PvT we've seen in a while on this channel. But fantastic decision making, good upgrades, good expanding, good macroing, just well played indeed. Señor has the ideas in his head, right? He knows what he's doing. He expands well. The upgrades were just a little bit too slow. I think the medevac count was probably too low as well. Yeah, I mean, they're all gone now, but I didn't see him make too many. Maybe 3 or 4 at a time, when we'll see players like Polt get 10, 12, 14. No big deal. The healing's there. The drop potential is always there. It's exactly what they want. But regardless, that's it for me. Well played by Swaghar. Gets the win for Protoss. All right, so this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.